Okay, this is going to be a quick POV kind of video of how I do my top-down analysis, and I'll be using the NFP day as an example. So for NFP, before Friday, we had this SMT here that I had said I did not anticipate to hold and give us that run to all-time highs. Okay, so I'm already expecting lower price action. Confirming this, we had the daily PSP. Okay, so we have YM closing bearish here, or down closed, and then with an up close candle on ES and NQ. So this is telling us that we're going to have a continuation of lower price action for these lows here. Okay, they have a lot of liquidity under here. So immediately my draw of liquidity is here. If we go onto the 1 hour chart, we let NFP play out, of course. We don't want to be risking anything. And before NFP, we had a weekly cycle sequential SMT. Okay, so that would have been on this high, I believe. This high, and then this high here, where YM gave us a failure swing. Then after this, we had that 1 hour precision swing point, okay? And this was confirming this turtle soup. Alright, so now we're immediately thinking price is ready to move towards these lows that we highlighted earlier. NFP played out following this 1 hour PSP and the weekly cycle sequential SMT and moved lower. Okay, if I go on to the 15-minute chart, what I did is, because I'm not expecting it to just immediately move down to these lows with no retracements, so I drew my premium and discount, okay, of the range that we were given from NFP, which was here. And then I was expecting a cracking correlation between the assets on the equilibrium of this range. So here you can see that NQ and ES are both failing to trade into premium, whereas YM traded into premium. Okay, and this is that cracking correlation between premium and discount. On the 30-minute chart, we had this SMT fill. So we have this 30-minute gap. Okay, YM failing to trade into this gap. And this is what gave us this continuation lower. As for my entry, check, we're also within new week opening gaps and new day opening gaps, make it high probability. But in terms of my entry now, my entry was here. I believe it was 192. Okay, my entry was on this 1 minute precision swing point. Okay, so on NQ it was a precision candle, but it was a precision swing point on YM. Okay, so my stop loss was above here. Entered, it wicked above immediately, failed to wick above on YM, which is an even lower time frame SMT. So my stop loss came above here, targeting the lows. Okay, something like that. So this gave me an almost 1 to 40 RR trade. Okay, and the reason that I only entered on this 1 minute PSP without seeing something on the 5 minute chart is because we did not need to see that. We are simply trading off of this continuation of the 1 hour PSP. We had the 30-minute SMT fill, and we also had the cracking correlation between premium and discount, which meant that price was ready to reverse. Okay, and this entry, this 1 minute precision swing point, was 9:29. So it closed, and then it was 9:30, and it was ready to displace. Okay, there was no manipulation that needed to be done. If you miss this 1 minute PSP, there was a 1 minute inversion fair value gap here. So your entries may have been on the close with your stop above here, or it may have been the retracement back into the gap here. Okay, and you can see how much less RR we are gaining from entering on these kind of normal entry models. Okay, whereas if you use the 1 minute precision swing point, you can see the difference in RR that we're getting. Okay, so that is how I approach the markets. And yes, you can see how this is within the new day opening gap as well, making this even higher probability. Okay, but the main thing that I was looking at was this cracking correlation between premium and discount. This was the number one, I would like to say, confluence as to why I entered when I did. If this hadn't happened, I would have wanted 9:30 to manipulate higher before going lower. Okay, but because we had this cracking correlation with NQ failing to get into premium and YM being in premium, this is why I entered on the 1 minute PSP. That's why the 1 minute PSP worked, because it was in context of the higher time frame. Okay, and then these breakaway gaps here just meant that price was going to expand even more. Okay, the more breakaway gaps we see, the further price will go. Hopefully that makes sense, and I will try to get more examples like this, but for now I hope this gives you an insight into how I'm viewing the markets, how you can use 1 minute PSPs without them being inside a 5 minute or a 15 minute PSP, for example.